I'd like to say what a great pleasure it is to be here with you, but it isn't. It's an horrible, horrible thing to have to come down and face people who've been told that the services, the skills, the dedication that they put in to protecting this country over hundreds of years, in effect, is being thrown away like you throw away a used cigarette packet. And that's the contempt that politicians have for the reality of skills in this country. We don't have a manufacturing policy. You see, to have a manufacturing strategy, you've got to make a decision. And governments, not just this one, but actually going back over 3 or 4, have just failed to understand the importance that you have to make things and make things well in this country in order to survive as an economic nation. They told us, in fact, I don't know if many of you saw the Governor of the Bank of England yesterday, telling you, he was telling all you, that in fact things are on the up. Things are looking good, the recession is over, the grass, the green shoots and all the rest of that. The last time, actually, I had a discussion with the Governor of the Bank of England was in 2008, Mervyn King. And what he told me was that he knew that there was a few problems, but not to worry, because there wouldn't be a recession. I mean, that made him about as well at predicting things as Michael Fish was about predicting storms. The truth of the matter is that this decision to decimate the last remnants of shipbuilding in England, which is what it is, the last remnants to build this type of vessels for the Navy and for the country, this wasn't made last Wednesday. This was made a long time back. And during that period, the GMB and other unions wrote to this government, begged this government, implored this government not to send 4 vessels to Korea to be built at Korea at £500 million worth of taxpayers' money, because those vessels could have filled the gap that was going to be obvious in the work for all 3 yards. Now, it's not like me to give advance notice of questions to people I'm going into question, but that is a question I'm going to ask tonight. Why on earth did we give £500 million worth of shipbuilding orders to Korea when they knew, the government knew, that there would be this gap in the work for all 3 yards? Because this is not about robbing Peter to pay Paul. This is about maintaining the capability of shipbuilding in all 3 yards. And I'll tell you this, it's beyond capability if you listen. The person who made that decision to pass that £500 million worth of shipbuilding work for those supply tankers that go to Royal Navy vessels, the person who made that decision was a man called Philip Hammond. And he, by the way, was the same minister who made the decision to send railway carriages to be built in Germany rather than Derby. So don't tell me that this government cares about maintaining British jobs, British skills and putting money in the pocket. It's absolute rubbish. We are the best. And if you turn round everybody, there's a statue of Queen Victoria up there. Now, I wonder what she would say if she knew that we were about to embark upon the end, effectively the end, of our capacity to build warships to defend this country in Portsmouth. She would say we are not amused. I don't have any illusions, and neither do you, about how tough a battle this is going to be. Neither am I seduced by some sort of announcements that this college or this university or even the council are somehow going to be able to do this. They're somehow going to put this off. This requires the entire people of Portsmouth to stand up. Workers, non-workers, people who rely on this shipyard to stand up and effectively say no cuts in jobs in Portsmouth shipyards. No cuts in jobs in British shipbuilding. No cuts in jobs. We want employment, not unemployment. So we're going to be some interesting weeks ahead. And as Paul said, it's not just about BAE, Polari down the road, 300 jobs going there. Jobs from a company that produces exports, produces money for this country. Those jobs are being exported abroad, and the government doesn't lift a finger to help. As far as they're concerned, jobs and people are expendable. So we have a very simple message, an incredibly simple message. If anybody thinks that we are going to lay down, be quiet, accept what they're handing out, then they've got a very, very big shock coming. We are going to stand and we're going to fight for those jobs, for the rights of people in Portsmouth to build ships, because this is an island nation. I mean, it might have escaped a few people in Westminster, but there's a bit more water running around the country than the River Thames. Yes, I'll keep the ears apart, said he. Listen, you come up here, I'll come down and listen to you, you're funnier than me. The truth of the matter is that at the moment we couldn't fight a cod war, let alone go and defend or go around the other side of the world. We have a whole of a nation, an island nation, 18 surface vessels. We have run the Navy to the ground, and with it has gone those skills and those jobs. So I say this to you, I know it's a cold night, I know many of you are just dying to get back to work, and many of you are dying to get to the pub or wherever, but I say this to you, stay strong. Support the stewards, support the organisation. This is not about tearing jobs from Scotland. Scotland and the yards in Scotland are just as supportive of you as you are of them. This is about making the government put money and put orders into these yards, instead of those orders going abroad. It is as straightforward as that. British workers do have a right, actually, to claim jobs that keep those skills and these yards in operation. The best of luck. I'll do my best tonight. I don't get much time going in, but I'll do my best, and if you hear any bleeps, you'll know what it's all about. Cheers, thanks very much.